Hello. It is our distinct pleasure to welcome you to a candid conversation for your edification.
We are a group of people who have discovered that honesty and authenticity reside at the core of how we navigate through life.
We use our experiences and perspectives to consistently and intentionally build each other up.
We speak life and we speak truth.
We honor the capacity within ourselves, within each other, and within all of you.
We honor the journey and we honor the growth.
Join us as we speak candidly,
as we speak truth to power
and to the process.
And we promise that you will leave this experience
more full,
more uplifted,
and more edified.
Lydia, how you feeling?
Man, I am feeling so good on today. Let me tell you, today is the whole day that the Lord has made.
And we shall what?
Rejoice and be glad in it. Yes, I'm just so glad we are here. And we have a very, very special guest with us, the one and only Leonardo Lindbergh.
Yes.
Johnson. Yes. Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about myself.
Just let them know.
So basically, normal person, no different from anyone else, but normal job in the real estate and the stocks. Mm-hmm. Big investor in things. So
how big? Ooh, girl, we gonna need to find out. But anyway, okay. So where are you from?
Originally from Washington D.C. actually. Yeah. And then
you lied to me.
I maybe a little bit, but then I moved to North Carolina, and I went to high school in Greensboro. So I claim where I go to high school at. So after leaving high school, I graduated. Yeah, I graduated. I was like, graduated. But then I went to decided to go to A&T. Aggie Pride for all my Aggies out there.
HBCU.
Yeah,
come on,
HBCUs. Boom. Aggie Pride did that. Yeah. So after getting my business degree at A&T, decided to come on and get a job at the Scott Air Force Base here, or over in Illinois. Been here for about 10 years.
Okay. So Adam, I saw you lean over and grab something. What you drinking on?
I'm so glad you asked, Lydia. I'm drinking my usual, which is a Jack Daniel's neat double pour. Lydia, what might you be sipping on?
Well,
on
today, what I normally drink. I just have to have a mimosa. Just
have a mimosa.
It looks so great. So my girls,
That's
they did me right, y'all. They were like, look, girl, you stressed. You need a whole drink. You need to have a whole seat. So they gave me this lovely mimosa, and I have the best cocktail waitress extraordinaire. Her name is Miss AJ, aka Boots. You gotta come see her, okay? Let me tell you, when she takes care of you, she takes care of you. But anyway, we gonna get back into this podcast, right?
So we are all about a vibe. We're also here for edification.
Come on, let's talk about it.
Listen, and we are so pleased to have Leo here. And as you already heard, he has a wealth of experience and knowledge. And we're just gonna get right into it.
Let's jump.
So, Leo, how did you develop an interest in real estate and investment?
Oh, good question. So when I was in the military. I probably left that out. I was in the military and I went to Iraq. Long story short, I was about 19, didn't have any bills. So if you didn't know, they pay you to go to war. Not enough, but they do.
Come on.
They do. They pay you. And I came back with a little bit of a change in my pocket. So I said, hey, what am I going to do with it? I asked the fellas that I came back with. They wanted to invest in some things. They said, no, I want to buy some rims and,
rims and
cars, Timbs, and
like
sneakers.
Right,
yeah, they wanted to floss.
Rims and Timbs and women,
And I was like, nothing wrong with that, but I said, I don't want to do that. So I decided to invest my money, make it work for me. I didn't want to have to work for my money. So someone said, hey, real estate. And they was giving it out at the time. This was during the time of the whole prime rate mortgage thing. So they was giving homes away. So I took one.
Well, talk about that a little bit. Like, what for those who don't know, like, what is a prime rate? Like, what is all of that?
In short, it's not good. Basically, what a prime rate is it happens when you get an ARM. It's called an adjustable rate mortgage. And basically, what happens with an ARM, in short, is they give you a set interest rate, and then it can fluctuate. It can go really high after a certain amount of time, or it can go lower. Typically, it goes high. And so what happened in that time frame back then when the whole real estate market crashed is a lot of people had the ARMs. And they probably got like a 5% interest rate. Then it was like 20%.
Oh,
and
And like, does it have like? Do you get forewarning? Like, how do you plan for something like that?
You get a warning when you sign at the beginning. They say it's gonna be 5%.
This is your final warning.
And then it's gonna probably go up or go lower. It's probably gonna go up. Yeah. And for a lot of people, it went up, and they couldn't afford 20% on a $200,000.
I mean, who want to pay that?
Nobody wants to pay that, even if they can't afford it. So
that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, like back into like the real estate investment, like what really, you know, we talked a little bit about this, you know, your goals, your ambitions in terms of like the community and advocacy and just making sure that we have representation, we have a place, we have power, and what that really means.
Mm-hmm. Means a lot. So as far as wealth with regards to our community, I'll take a step back and we can look at history real quick. Okay. We can see that, you know, back when there was time of plantations, you know, and slave ownership, we can see through that generational, those generations, those plantations, that land, those homes were passed down even after slavery. So you have generations that were able to benefit from that. So just letting that sink in, show you just how important real estate is and property and investing, so you can leave to your kids and your grandkids and your great grandkids. It's very important, and it's something that in the Black community I don't think we really pay attention to, but at the same time we kind of were held back. I think most would agree. But now times are changing, so we do need to get our financial literacy up, and a part of that is basically investing in ourselves. I'm a big advocate of investing in yourself first. If you don't know anything about stocks, bonds, mutual funds, you know about yourself. Invest in yourself, build your skill sets up, get those promotions at work, and if you don't know anything about finances, hire a financial advisor. But if you do want to take
So yeah, well, I mean, I was just kind of go along with that. So like Leo, so you, I mean, we're 30 something in this thing called life, and you've learned a great deal from being 19 years old till now. So for those of us in this space as listeners, for those of us who want to learn more about real estate and investing, what advice could you offer our listeners along those lines?
The best advice I can give nowadays, with the advent of online, there's a plethora of information and education out there, so there's no excuse. However, I say one of the best things you can do to learn is to just find a mentor. A lot of people out there have a lot of knowledge, and believe it or not, they like to share it. People like to let you know what they know. And there's a lot of people out there that know a lot, and they won't charge you a thing. They like to see you grow.
Did you have a mentor?
I did, and I still do.
And how did you, was it just like you were watching them, they were watching you? Like, how did that, happen? Because we, as Black people, a lot of times, we say like we want a mentor, but how do you go about getting a mentor? That's really important, in life. So how did you end up partnering with that person?
So we all look at college as a place to get a degree, when in actuality it's just a big place to network. Okay. So to answer that question is, I outside of going to A&T Aggie Pride,
HBCU again,
HBCU,
greatest homecoming ever.
Yeah. So outside of that, I definitely when I walked into this Wakanda-like place, which was amazing. I'm not even gonna get on that. I was like,
we can talk
all day.
That's a whole episode.
That's a whole movie.
I was like, oh my Lord,
episode. Yes.
So we gotta bring you back for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tougaloo College, by the way. Tougaloo College. I'm gonna rep my HBCU too real quick. All right.
We see you.
Come on.
So long story short, I said, hey, outside of getting a degree, there's a plethora of just educated people here. And as I said earlier, I was in business school, and I was talking to one of my professors about just life, this thing we call life, as you said. And I said, hey, I came back and I have this money from war. And he said, well, what you gonna do with it? And I said, I don't know. What do you think I should do with it? And that's kind of where the real estate thing came from. And he said, hey, real estate's pretty easy once you understand the finances of it. and understand the financial statement. So he kind of walked me through that, and that's when I understood the importance of a mentor, which I never really had outside of, mom and dad. So.
Right. So, Leo, let's talk a little bit about the wealth aspect and like how to keep wealth. Like, how do we do this?
Because as you said, Leo, we as Black folks, we are behind the curve. To no fault of our own. We have been held back by the socio-social fabric. We've been held back by redlining, Jim Crow laws, slavery. There's so many things that have set our generations back. So as a 30-something Black man who has an insight into wealth management, wealth building, what insight can you give to our listeners about what this means for us?
Well, help them out.
I will. So, if you recall, I said the best investment you can ever make is in yourself. So first of all, taking the money that you do have, acquiring skills through furthering education is first and foremost. And once you get that education and you get your job, you start getting the little coins, your pay, you need to basically start off with a budget. That's where everything starts. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of people who have a net worth starts off by savings. I'm pretty sure, a lot of people out there, you too have heard about pay yourself first. Mm-hmm. What that means is if you have $2,000 in your income, the first thing you do is take your 20% out. Before you pay anybody else, you pay yourself. You don't pay your bills first, you pay yourself first.
So is 20% the rule of thumb?
No, not necessarily. There's no technical rule of thumb. The rule of thumb has to go along with whatever your goals are, short term, mid term, and long term. So if your goal is to pay off some student loan debts, buy a house, that's what your savings is. But no matter what, you pay yourself first before you pay that light bill, that phone bill. Take that money out.
So basically, you choose yourself first.
That's
a whole word. That's a whole nother. Y'all better
choose yourself first.
Choose you.
You heard it from Leo.
Leo said it. Choose you.
All day. That's the first thing. So once you get that established, then you can kind of venture off and continue investing in yourself through, again, I'm a big advocate of education. But outside of yourself, you got stocks, you have bonds, you have real estate, you have starting your own business, side hustles, hobbies. Whatever you're passionate about, I say outside of your job, take that hobby and try to figure out if you can make some more coins off of it. If you like doing it, it's fun anyway. It's not work. You do it all day. So, but those are ways, and you can build wealth. The ways you keep it is usually just actually hiring a financial advisor. They'll definitely walk you through the steps and ways to keep your money. Actually, you can just go to your local bank and there's usually a financial advisor that sit down with you for free to talk about basic personal finances. And then what they'll do is ask you if you want to invest your savings into things, and then they'll help you do that.
Okay.
So,
how did you find your financial advisor?
I am my own financial advisor.
Well, there's that. Come on, word. There's that.
So, but I still use the financial advisors at the bank without paying them. It's just a conversation.
All right.
And so, but I know and understand that everyone has a time, nor do they want to take the time to become super financial literate, and you don't have to. Okay. That's why there are financial advisors. So you can take the time to just invest in yourself, build your skill sets up, do your hobbies, and then pay them to manage your money.
So how much do I pay them?
It depends on how good they are.
Oh, well, that's a word.
So I always say, do not skimp on your financial advisor. So.
Okay, so as you know already, this is a vibe.
A whole vibe.
It's a whole vibe. Howsomever.
Howsomever.
What do? We build. We educate.
And we edify.
There we go.
Leo, it was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. You dropped so many nuggets of wisdom. I hope you guys at home feel like you learned something. Again, reach out. Like, Leo, how can people reach you? Since you a financial advisor, you heard it here first, y'all. How can they get in touch with you?
Definitely. Well, first of all, thank you. It was my pleasure. And I can be reached at Leo_the3rd. That's TH3RD Leo _TH3RD.
And is that on Instagram?
That is on Instagram.
Okay, Instagram. Okay.
And on Twitter.
Okay, he be tweeting. You be tweeting?
I be tweeting.
Oh, child. Okay.
Be tweeting.
So, we have concluded another episode of A Candid Conversation for your edification. I hope you leave more full.
And we hope you feel uplifted.
And we hope you leave more edified. Hey, friends.
Follow us on Facebook at A Candid Conversation Podcast.
Follow us on Instagram at A_candid_conversation.
And for more information, email us at acandidconversationpodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you. Be edified.